Board of Assessors of Gardner, Massachusetts is now in session on this Wednesday, March 12th, 2025 at the Board of Assessors office in City Hall. First item on the agenda is to review and approve minutes of February 20th, 2025. The chair will entertain a motion to accept.
I will make that motion to accept the meeting minutes of February 20th, 2025.
And I will second that motion.
All right, motion's been made and seconded to accept the meeting minutes of February 20th, 2025. Next item on the agenda, assessor update, map updates, and a second notice for income and expense forms.
All right. So as of today, the map updates are done. So again, those are based on all calendar 2024 plans that are recorded through the Registry of Deeds. And I have sent them over to the GIS coordinator, and she's fairly new, so this is the first time she'll be doing this for us, but just based on her initial comments, no problem. We're gonna work well together. So that's Maggie she's over at the DPW. So we're good to go there. Second notice for income and expense forms. Out of, I think we sent almost 600 initially. We've only gotten back about 160.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm gonna be mailing quite a lot again, and I'm hoping to get those in the mail by Monday. I've got everything mail merged. Basically, I just have to print it, and we'll need to get it in envelopes and mail it. So yeah.
What if they don't submit?
So there really are no repercussions in Gardner. Gardner can adopt a fine. It's the 38D. And for apartments, it's $50 fine. And for commercial and industrial, it's $250 fine. And for mixed properties, it's $50. And I have worked in other communities where they have adopted the fines. And that's why I track them as closely as I do, because we used to have to use a tracking process in order to assign the fines. And those fines would get applied to the third and fourth quarter bills, and they would have to be paid because they're attached to the tax bill. But Gardner has not adopted that. I wouldn't anticipate in the future at some point that may happen. But
Is that something that the
through City Council?
City Council.
Yeah, so it's something I would
especially they probably should pursue that.
Think about it.
If there's so many of them.
Yeah.
In the audience.
Yeah, I would say overall after the second round, I'd say I get to like 30-35%. Now with the forms of list, we only send them out once. I've already got like 40% of them back. So, but we'll do a second notice, which isn't mandatory. Mailing them in the first place is not mandatory. It's us.
It's worth it though.
Yes. And that's why, because you do get more back, so this is what we do. I also wanted to add to that, I was thinking about it, supplemental bills. So since I've gone through all the map changes and I've started entering new construction in that, I have a pretty good handle on who'll be getting supplemental bills. And I'm hoping, I always mail a letter first, just as a courtesy, so that you don't just get this bill for like $3,000 and it says, by the way, it's due in 30 days.
Yeah.
So I usually send a notice that tells them how much it's going to be. I'm Italian, I talk with my hands, I'm sorry. It tells them how much it's going to be and how it was calculated. So by the time they get the bill, if they had questions, they've already called me, we've already talked about it, it should be a non-issue. And anyone getting a supplemental bill should have been told by real estate agent or whomever that they would be getting this at some point. So even though it shouldn't be a surprise, it probably will be to some people. So I hope to get that mailed out next week, and then within maybe a month after sending that, then I'll process the bills and get the bills mailed out. So I like to just give them a little time to prepare
that's a
for
good
it.
idea.
Yeah,
That's
so
a very good idea.
yeah, it's
Good job.
all about being considerate.
Good job, Chris.
So, thank you.
It comes back. It always
I
comes
hope so.
back.
I do. So that would be it for my update.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is to enter into executive session under General Laws 30A 21A7 to comply with the Act under the authority of any general law and not to return to open session upon adjournment. All those in favor signify.
I will
by saying-
move that motion.
Okay.
And
Accept that.
I'll second it.
We are now in executive